This is the truth about having a Bronco, so I'm going to de-influence you.
Mazda has started charging a $10 a month subscription service for remote starting your car.
What's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
$2,500 and you can be next.
Today we're diving into the wild world of car payments in 2025, and trust me, the numbers are shocking. We're seeing people paying $2,000, even $3,000 monthly payments on vehicles. That's a mortgage payment. With average new car prices hovering around $44,000 and the typical payment approaching $734 a month, we're living in an era where car payments have become normalized financial burdens. The market may finally be showing signs of cooling, but dealerships are still piling up inventory because they refuse to lower prices. Meanwhile, manufacturers are finding new ways to extract money from consumers, like Mazda charging $10 monthly subscriptions for remote start features that used to be free. In today's video, we'll look at real examples of extreme car payments, explore why people justify these purchases, and consider alternatives to the payment treadmill that's keeping so many Americans in a perpetual cycle of debt. Is the vehicle you're driving really worth the financial stress it's causing?
Leslie,
Sir,
what do you drive?
Mazda C3, 2019,
What do you pay a month?
700.
What do you drive?
I drive a 2024 Ram TRX,
How much do you pay a month?
$753 a month.
What do you drive?
2021 Charger SXT,
How much do you pay a month?
$1,100.
Ram 1500,
How much do you pay a month?
800.
I drive a 2019 Silverado High Country.
How much do you pay a month?
Right at 1,000.
What do you drive?
A Ram
How much do you pay a month?
648.
Demetrius.
Yes, sir.
What do you drive?
I drive a 2021 Hellcat Charger,
How much do you pay a month?
907.
Grace, what's the highest payment you've ever seen?
$1,784.
Demetrius,
Yes, sir.
what's
Yes,
the
sir.
highest payment you've ever seen?
Oh, 2100.
Sheesh. Roy, what's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
It was $1,958.
Jesus. Leslie, what's the highest payment you've seen?
1,400.
Hey guys, what's the highest payment y'all have ever seen?
2435.
Arch?
3,200.
Jesus. What's the highest payment you've seen?
Highest payment I've seen, probably like 1,900.
Raul, what's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
$2,500 and you can be next.
More and more cars are piling up at dealerships because dealers refuse to lower prices, even though cars are not selling. The price of cars has barely budged. At about $44,000 on average, new cars are only about 3% cheaper than they were at this time last year. Keep in mind that before the lockdown at the end of 2019, it cost around $34,000 to buy a new car. So the price of a new car has jumped by more than 30% in the time in between. Even though the Fed cut interest rates recently, that has not yet translated to cheaper car payments for people buying a new car yet. In fact, last month, the average new car payment got slightly more expensive, costing $734 a month. One more thing to add is that when people are going to the dealership, increasingly they are leasing instead of buying. Leases actually accounted for 25% of all car sales in the third quarter of this year. The bottom line is that the market is unaffordable still, and cars are not going to get moving until prices start moving downwards.
This is the truth about having a Bronco, so I'm going to de-influence you. First, I waited 2 years for this car. Okay, 2 years. I've also only had it for a year. I actually made a quick list of everything I don't like about it. Yeah, when we first got it, they said you could not lease it, you had to buy it. Like I said, the payment, my rear defroster popped off. I don't even know how that's possible. Random things are always popping off. My window sometimes will not go up all the way. I roll it up and it goes back down. Don't even talk about the gas. I spend $100 on gas maybe once every, I don't know, 6 days. Probably less. Oh, the screen freezes. Sometimes it's just black. Like, it's just black. You can't use it. The screen also always disconnects my phone, whether it's in the middle of a call, on CarPlay, when I'm playing music. And then when it disconnects from playing music, you can't play music anymore. Sometimes my music straight up just doesn't play. When the back seats are down and you're driving, it like squeak, squeak, squeak. It's so annoying. They also don't come with weather mats big enough. I had to buy them off Amazon. You would think in an off-roading vehicle they would provide what? No. You physically cannot hear anything when you're driving this. Whether that's just down the street. The worst is on the freeway. Nothing is audible. Nothing. I have to physically take my calls off Bluetooth and put them on speaker. And then just driving in general is just very loud. Again, that's just my experience, but I'm actually trying to get rid of this car.
Mazda has started charging a $10 a month subscription service for remote starting your car, which was a feature that was up until very recently free as part of their software package. However, they ended the connected services trial and now charge $10 a month for you to use any of those features. But that's after they killed an open source option. So they killed the free option, rolled out a paid one, and then customers who had already purchased and owned these vehicles, and the right to repair advocates say that car owners should have full ownership of the technology embedded in their vehicles. So they came up with an open source solution for remote starting their car for free, and Mazda sued them to shut it down, which is absolutely wild. Mazda was successful in this too. So I cannot, boy, all of these car companies, I do so many of these stories, they're all trying to get long-term revenue from you because just selling an expensive car apparently isn't enough.
So since I made that video talking about how we're trying to normalize $600 car payments, I've noticed in the comments that a lot of people truly do not understand the concept of interest. And I said this in a comment video that I stitched, but I truly think it's because y'all were never taught and y'all had nobody to guide you on the purchase journey.
If you have a car payment or you're planning to have a car payment soon, please listen to this. I bought my first car, had to take out a loan and everything recently. And when I was there, the car salesman actually taught me a fucking hack. He told me to pay half every 2 weeks instead of paying in full once a month. This is the most basic fucking hack ever, but I cannot fucking explain the difference it has made. My first initial payment when I first bought my car, that first sum you pay, I pay that in full. I didn't pay obviously every 2 weeks because that was my first payment. 80% of it went to interest and 20% went to my principal. And now that I've been paying every 2 fucking weeks because it knocks off the interest like crazy, 80% of my money goes towards the principal amount of my car payment. Do you fucking understand how much money I am saving?
This is my first video on date influencing and telling you that you don't need a nice car. I drive a 2007 Jetta. It's not perfect, but it gets me around and I love it. I paid $4,000 for it in 2018. It still feels like my baby. It was the first big purchase I have ever made and I cherish it. I keep it as nice as I can. I clean it out. I take care of it because it's mine. You don't need the brand new car just because you're older or just because you make more money. I love this baby and I'm running it into the ground. Also, no one cares what car you drive or is gonna look down on you if you have a less nice car than them. If they do, it's probably someone you don't want to be around anyway.
So what do you think? Have we lost our minds when it comes to car payments? I believe we need to seriously reconsider our relationship with vehicles and status. A reliable used car at $7,000 to $10,000 might not turn heads, but it won't keep you up at night worrying about making payments either. I'd love to know your thoughts. What's your take on these massive car payments? What's the most you'd be willing to pay monthly for a vehicle? Drop your opinions in the comments below, and if you've found a way to avoid the car payment trap altogether, share your wisdom with the community. Remember to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to catch more financial reality checks like this one.